Hey y'all, Blake Guy here. I just want to say before I start the review here, um, I'm really grateful for the support that my first video got. Got a lot of views, got a lot of subscribers for our first video. I feel like it did really well, and so as kind of a follow-up to that video, I'm reviewing the Benchmade 51 Morpho Bella song. This has since been discontinued. It's been discontinued for a while, and as you can see, yikes, look at that price tag. I mean, Benchmade nowadays, that's what they would charge, but this is from an in-store, not in-store, uh, in-person store, so they got to charge their money, make their money. Originally, this would have been about 250, and so they put, yeah, $100 more on it. Before I keep on waiting, let's get into the box. Still have the original box. Comes in this nice little deal. This nice little pouch, and there you go. You can see how you get some more in the pocket clip. Nice spring-loaded thing. And you'll forgive me if I haven't flipped the bell song in a while. Yeah, I know. Some crud on the blade. If I catch it in the right light, you can see all the scratches I got in there because my younger self decided to try to sharpen this thing, and well, that's what happens. I don't have the exact like dimensions of it or anything, but it is a lightweight bell song. Like, let me tell y'all. I mean, if I was gonna EDC a bell song, I don't know if it'd be this, but if you found like a clone of this, uh, I'm not gonna say I condone them. Uh, I do have a clone I want to show, which I might just show in this video, and another one. Um, but yeah, this is a real, authentic Benchmade. It comes with their warranty, which I have been debating sending it in for, since you can see all the scratches. And if you look in here, I don't know if I can see that on the camera, but there's some rust spots right in here. And but yeah, well, like I said, I haven't done this in a while. I have another Bella song right here that let me grab this for y'all. Now, this is more of a Bella song that you would be more familiar with. Um, this is a clone, not the one I was talking about, but still worth mentioning. I really got to put my arms out here. This is a clone of an old Microtech Bella song. I do not remember the name. As you can see, the coding is not held up great, but I've batoned, I've cut through some cardboard, not good geometry, not good steel, pretty sure it's 440A. I don't know if it says there. Um, yeah, you can see all the wear and tear for those Balisong people out there. I mean, I always do like that, and then, but yeah, this is not a Balisong channel, just taking the opportunity to show off the ones I own. Bit of a finger choil. It's a little iffy with that short part there, but I wouldn't really carry this thing unless it was just for fun and I had a backup knife that I was going to actually use for any cutting tasks. But nice little size comparison. Let me get this further away and lined up here. As you can see, this is about the normal size for a bell song that I'm familiar with. I mean, that is a big. I can get two hands. And I've got, I guess, smallish hands. On the smaller side, definitely. I probably wear a medium glove. Um, but yeah, this is much more smaller, lighter. You know, D2 for 350 bucks. Whoops. Ignore that there. A little slip of the tongue. Um, really scratched up. Um, I don't know what this would sell for, if I'm willing to sell it. Obviously, you know what I paid for it. Well, not what I paid for it. That's an interesting story, actually. I'll try to not do that and entertain some of y'all. I did not just poke a hole in my blanket. It was dull. But yeah, the little story behind this knife is I was 13 or 14 probably, I really wanted a Benchmade, and my dad told me that if I won the national competition, which I used to compete in gymnastics, um, the Olympics are going on right now, so I haven't watched those, but go check them out. Trampoline, those guys doing that. That's what I did. Nowhere near that level. I knew a guy who did. I wasn't anywhere close to as good as he was. But I won. Whoops, I gotta figure out a better way to set this up. But yeah, I won. Forgive me, I'm kind of a whoa. I am really messing this up. Okay. Anyways, I won, and so I remember driving in the car, going to get my Benchmade, and it's the one I decided on getting. Do I wish I had gotten a bug out or a Griptilian? Something more replaceable? Hard to say. I definitely enjoyed this knife. I carried it, especially when I first got it. I taped up the blade many times in an attempt to learn how to do all the cool tricks and things. I can do a couple if I can do them safely. Like you see there. Of course, I'm out of frame for all this because I, again, am not a Belsong channel. But yeah, it's a cool knife. I think I'm gonna keep it for the foreseeable future. Never taken apart, never cleaned it, never done anything to it. I remember when I was looking at Belsongs, was this or the Kershaw Lucha? Definitely glad I picked this. As you can see, it has the old Benchmade logo. I don't know if you want that in the center or not, but Benchmade Balisong, as you can see right there. So that's what they originally started doing as a company. USA made, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's sad that they're discontinued because people like these things. They carried them and used them, and I still got stuff on the blade. It's D2. Don't know if you want to do that. I'm not gonna talk too much about the steel and in use because, as you can see, I clearly didn't know how to sharpen, and there is definite burr there. For those of you who don't know, a burr is when metal comes to such a fine point that it rolls over, and to get it sharp, you have to knock off that burr so it's a nice clean edge. And that is not what happened here. I'm still not good at sharpening, and it still kills me that I did this to such an expensive knife, but lessons learned. This is definitely the most expensive knife in my collection. Okay, I've done this take enough times already. I am sorry for the cut. My phone died, and I have since been dealing with readjusting. I am in a spot where my phone can be charged while I am filming. So, if you notice a decrease in quality, that is why. I lost my train of thought there. So, other things I can say about this knife, there's not much. If you or somebody you know has one of these or has handled one of these and what they thought of it, let me know in the comments down below. Again, just the support on the first video was great. I did a lot better than I was expecting. Any changes you want to see me make or any reviews you want to see in specific, again, let me know. The next video I was going to do is on my hunting knives, and the buck knives that I own is pretty much that consists of. There's a few others. I will have to find them, which may be a task. But, at the end of the day, I don't have all the knives that I used to have, because when I moved I ended up not taking along. Some because I didn't need to. But I can still sit here and talk about them. Yeah, if you want to see... I already said that part, didn't I? I did say that part. Any experiences with Benchmade's warranty, good or bad? I've heard it's really good. I don't know if they can fix this. I've heard if they can't fix it, they will give you the value of the knife to put towards something else. I have to say, if I did that, I would put it certainly towards the tagged out or the mini bug out. Those are the only two that really resonated with me, that I've handled so far. But yeah, it's a neat knife. Definitely one that I'm glad to say that I own. Again, still coming up with an outro. So, with that, have a good day.